one other thing about you, you do have a special interest because like one of the first things you ever tweeted at me, it was related to your special interest in teeth. You even have a
Oh,
tooth headband on for those
mhm.
listening to the audio version. Like, did that strictly come from your job, or did the interest lead to the job?
No, I've always liked like bones and stuff. It was funny. I actually went into hygiene like kind of by luck. My parents were pushing my brother to be a dentist, and I was like, he's kind of like the genius IQ, and I was like the average, like I did okay, thumbs up.
There you
Um,
go.
and he didn't want to be a dentist, and I was like, oh, maybe I could go into the dental field. And so when I was in high school, I worked as like an assistant in an office, and I was like, yeah, this seems like a cool career choice. And so I went through college, and then I went to dental hygiene school and became a dental hygienist. And I went into the field, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. um, and but yeah, I've always liked teeth. I think teeth are really cool. I don't I don't know why. It's like a weird, like you can't explain your love.
Okay, I guess it is indescribable. And also, speaking of things that bite, another fascination of yours is carnivorous plants.
Oh yeah.
Tell
Oh
me some
yeah.
fun facts that I don't know because I know about the Venus flytrap, but like that's about it. I know there's like really big ones, although I don't know if it's the same species. But I guess you do know.
I would know that. Yeah. Venus flytraps are actually a monospecies plant. So there's only one species in the genus, which is amazing because most plants, there's like hundreds of species within one genus. Well, not most, but a lot of plants. And so if you see like different versions of flytraps, they're called cultivars. So someone grows a plant from seed, is like, I really like this plant. So they clone it, and a cultivar is a clone of the original version. So it's never grown by seed, it's always grown by like either cuttings or pullings or tissue culture or something like that.
Wow. So
Mhm.
like, where did this start? Like, did you take a horticulture class in college, or did Google take you in a weird place when you were a kid? Like, where did this begin?
It actually started in high school because I was in this biology class where you had to work in a garden, and I for some reason I developed a very strong phobia to insects and arachnids as a at a young age. It wasn't my whole life. It was just something clicked in me one day that I was terrified of them. And in this garden that we had to work in, it was just crawling with bugs. And I went to my professor and I was like, hey, I can't do this. And she was like, well, you can work in the fountain, and I'm going to give you a special role to research bog plants. And I was like, what the F is a bog? And so I start just, Googling like bog plants. And one of the first plants I ran into was called Darlingtonia californica, which is otherwise known as a cobra lily. And it's a really fascinating plant because it looks like a snake and it's carnivorous. So it's really, it's like this double whammy of like a really metal plant. And I was like, whoa, carnivorous plants. Like, the first thing that comes to your mind is the Venus flytrap. And I just delved into this world of carnivorous plants and became obsessed, heavily obsessed.
That is so cool. And it does make sense because I hate rodents, but I'm sort of okay with snakes. And I'm like, well, they're my friend because they eat the stuff I hate. You know what I mean? Oh,
Wait, they
also a
eat
quick side note, you're
what?
allowed to swear if you want to.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I try not to anyways, but
Oh, like just in general or just like on the YouTube side? Because they have relaxed
No,
their F word policy.
in general, I try not to, but sometimes when I get scared, you'll hear bitch tits or something comes out and I'm like, man,
I can just
yeah.
imagine you getting a jump scare and be like, oh, bitch tits, or just,
Mm-hmm.
but okay. Wait, is that
Yeah.
something you actually say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, oh, I was
Yeah.
just being a smartass. I didn't realize that was an actual.
Nope, nope, that's my scared word.